Hi friends, how are you? By blessings to God, you are doing well. So this is Dr. Act-1956, faculty member of PG Department of Business Management, Fakinamoni University, Basavir, Balasore, Odisha. Friends, once again I am welcoming to your channel, to my channel, Dr. DRABJENACLASSES. So friends, today we are going to discuss the very interesting, informative as well as the vital video content. And from the thumbnail, friends, you have already known आज का डिस्कशन क्या है फ्रेंड्स. टुडे डिस्कशन इज दैट इज द कंपनीज एक्ट 1956 and Companies Act 2013. So we'll discuss what is the basic difference between that is the old Companies Act and the new Companies Act, as well as friends. So we'll discuss what is the meaning of that is the articles of association, what is the meaning of corporate social responsibility, as well as corporate governance का मतलब क्या है, as well as we'll discuss प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट का मतलब क्या है. सो फ्रेंड्स, so far today discussion is concerned, so definitely so this video content will be very useful and fruitful, particularly that is the semester exam, that is the that is the commerce management, pmir and other related subject. Will be today's discussion will be very useful and fruitful, and this is the common question everywhere you will go, whether it's the new ugc-net JRE for the subject of commerce management pmir, as well as that is the interview for that is the assistant professor, as well as those who are preparing for the competitive exam, so from the clerical level to civil services. So definitely so this video content will be very useful and fruitful. So friends, so I have prepared this video content on the request of my dear student friends. So friends, during the discussion, if any mismatch or gap you find, kindly give your valuable comment and suggestion in the comment section. So friends, don't skip the video from beginning to till end you watch. So before discussion, I am wishing all the very best, not only the semester exam but also the other, I mean the competitive exam. So friends, from beginning to till end you stay with me, definitely you will enjoy in this video content. क्या बात है friends, without losing valuable time or golden time, let's start today's video content. And friends, you will get here more basis of comparison point in between, that is the Companies Act 1956 and Companies Act 2013. फ्रेंड्स, हमारा डिस्कशन क्या है, ओल्ड कंपनीज एक्ट वर्सेस न्यू कंपनीज एक्ट. सो फर्स्ट वी हैव टू नो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ कंपनी फॉर द सेमिस्टर एग्जाम. सो दैट इज 1 mark क्वेश्चन. इट्स very important. So company may be defined as it is an association of person who contribute of money and money is worth to a common stock, and this common stock will be employed it in some trade or business who share the profits and loss in the case may be arising there from. So this definition, it's the well-known definition given by the James Stephenson. So another definition, so it's section 3 of Indian Companies Act 1956. A company means a company formed and registered under this act. So Companies Act, so why Companies Act? So Companies Act is a body of law and a legal framework through the companies are governed, formed and dissolved. So it's the meaning of definitions of company, and that is the matlab of Companies Act. So here the Companies Act is regarded as a distinct legal entity with rights, responsibilities of that is the it's the auditor, it may be the shareholders, it may be the directors. So perpetual succession and separated from its owner. So Companies Act ensure the corporate transparency, investor protection and shareholder fairness. So the new Companies Act 2013 replaced the old Companies Act 1956 to improve the transparency, accountability and comply the corporate practices in ethical way. So Companies Act 2013 has made many reforms to modernize the corporate laws. Corporate friends, it's the meaning is company in India, and bring them to par with the international standard. Further, Companies Act 2013 addresses the issues relating to corporate governance, simplified the business process, CSR, so friends is the corporate social responsibility, resolving the disputes, as well as the digitization and rights of shareholder and the financial transparency. So that's why okay, the new Companies Act, I mean the Companies Act 2013 replaced the old Companies Act 1956. Hi friends, so first one is Act. So friends, you have to remember for competitive exam, it's important, the old Companies Act 1956, where the new Companies Act is 2013. The number of members in the new Companies Act 1956, there was maximum how many? That is the 50 members of the shareholders of company, so far as that is the private company is concerned, private company. But in the Companies Act 2013, the limit has been increased to how many? 200 members or shareholder for the private company. So next one is the maximum number of partners in the case of partnership firm under the Companies Act 1956. There were a maximum 10 partners in banking business and 20 partners or members in other, the general business. But in the Companies Act 2013, section 464, which allows up to 100 as the maximum number of partners in partnership firm. But according to Rule 10 of Companies Miscellaneous Rules 2014 states that the maximum number of partners in partnership firm should not exceed, the more than 50. So it's a for the semester exam, that is the true or false or fill in the blanks, as well as the competitive exam. So that's why it's a this point is a vital. So next one is the number of sections. So it's a that is the common question, that is the true or false or fill in the blanks. So in a there were that is 658 sections spreading over 13 parts and 15 schedules in the Companies Act 1956. But in the Companies Act 2013, there were how many? 470 sections. It was reduced and dividing into how many? 29 chapters and 7 schedules. Next one is that is the maximum number of directors in the Companies Act 1956. The maximum number of directors kitna? 12. Whereas, but in Companies Act 2013, the maximum number of directors, it's R 15. The number of directors can be increased through the resolutions of AGM, annual general meeting of the company. So here in the case, the number of directors can be increased by taking the permission from the central government. So next one is the CG corporate governance. So there were few provisions on CG that were being resulted more loopholes, the limitations or demerits with respect to the accountability of boards in the Companies Act 1956. But in the Companies Act 2013, there are strict norms and provisions on CG, such as independent directors, audit committee, corporate disclosures, to enhance the transparency of the company. So friends, so next one is the one person company, OPC. So there was no provision of OPC in the Companies Act 1956, but the Companies Act 2013 introduced the provision of OPC that allows the individual to form a company to promote the entrepreneurships. Women director. So here there was no compulsion for appointment of women director to the board of BOD. Friends, is the board of directors in the Companies Act 1956, but the Companies Act 2013, every listed company or public company with paid up capital kitna 100 crores or more, or public company with a turnover, friends, it's that is the revenue or sales of a company rupees kitna 300 crore or more, must have at least one woman director. Then the financial year, the Companies Act 1956 allowed the companies to choose any financial year, a period of not exceeding kitna, 15 months. But the Companies Act, it is stipulated that all companies have the same financial year, which is from 1st of April to the 31st of March every financial year. So next one, friends, is the format of financial statement. In the Companies Act 1956, the financial statement was listed Schedule VI 6. But in the Companies Act 2013, the financial statement is listed in Schedule 3. Then the corporate social responsibility CSR. In Companies Act 1956, there were no regulations or provisions much for the CSR activities. But the Companies Act 2013 CSR is mandatory, the compulsory for companies with the net worth. So friends, in previous video I have already discussed what is the meaning of net worth? It's a 500 crore or turnover कितना 1000 करोड़ का रुपया और a net profit of कितना 5 crore or more during any financial year. Every financial year at least 2% of the average of net profit of last 3 years are to be spent towards a CSR activity. So friends, here you have to remember, so the company will spend how much? That is the 2% towards the social related or CSR related activities. So at last we will discuss what is the meaning of CSR. So next one is boards, meetings and board constituents. In the Companies Act 1956, there was the flexibility for board constituents. So there was no imposition for independent directors for the private companies, but the Companies Act 2013 companies should comprise the specific number of independent directors for the board constituents. So next one, friends, so articles of association. So in the Companies Act 1956, table A, it's vital, was applied where companies were not adopting their own articles of association. So but the Companies Act 2013 table F. So friends, here table F for new Companies Act, but the old Companies Act it was what? The table A, where companies listed by shares do not adopt their own AOA. So friends, for your kind information, I have already posted one video, the different types of companies. So kindly go through the posted video, watch. So definitely you will know what is the meaning of companies limited by shares. Next one is that is the private placement. So at last we will discuss in Companies Act 1956, the private placement of shares were applicable only to public companies, but in the Companies Act 2013, private placement of the shares are applicable both the public companies as well as to the private companies. So it's the that is the important, that is the basis of a comparison between the new Companies Act and the old Companies Act. So next one is the interest on calls in advance. So in the absence of a clause in AOA, the maximum, that is the 6% interest was payable on calls in advance under the Companies Act 1956. But in the absence of a clause in AOA, maximum 12% interest will be payable on calls in advance under the Companies Act 2013. So here friends, how much? It's the 12%, but here it's the 6%. Next one, friends, it's the interest on calls in arrears. So in the absence of a clause in AOA, maximum kitna 5% interest was charged on calls in arrears under the Companies Act 1956. But in the absence of a clause in AOA, maximum kitna 10% interest will be charged on calls in arrears under the Companies Act 2013. So next one, friends, at the appointment and the rotation of an auditor. In the Companies Act 1956, reappointment of an auditor is possible without mandatory rotation of auditors. But the Companies Act 2013 has introduced the changing the auditors every 5 years to avoid the collusion as well as the gain independence. So here is the 5 years time period. Next one is that is the merger and acquisition. So friends, I have already posted one video, what is the meaning of merger and what is the meaning of acquisition, what are the different types of merger and the basic difference between merger and acquisition. Kindly go through the posted video. So I have discussed there by citing those suitable example. In the Companies Act 1956, procedures of merger and acquisition were lengthy and time taking process and needed the various regulatory approvals. But the Companies Act 2013, the procedures of merger and acquisition are easier and needed less regulatory approvals. Next one is that is, so it's the electronic, that is the filling and the documentations. So here in the Companies Act 1956, most of the documents and presentations were done through the physical forms and writings. But the Companies Act 2013 has promoted the electronic, that is the filing and the digitization documentations for smooth management of the company. So next one, friends, is the postal ballot system, that is the voting system. The postal ballot system was not applicable under the Companies Act 1956, but postal ballot system is applicable under the Companies Act 2013. Then the compulsion of placing the accounts on websites of the company. So there is no compulsion or provision of placing of the accounts on website of company under the Companies Act 1956. But listed companies shall place their financial statement, including the consolidated financial statement, along with other documents, are to be annexed or attached thereto on their website. So friends, here what is the meaning of AOA, Articles of Association? So Articles of Association is an internal rule book of a company that defines the internal management, operations and the rights and duties of the members. Members matlab that is the shareholders and the directors of a company. So let's see. So friends, I have all posted one video what is the meaning of Articles of Association and what are the different the clauses or main clauses of Articles of Association. Kindly go through the posted video. So it's the important document, Articles of Association for a company. Then private placement, what is this, friends? So it is the selling of securities. Securities matlab, so friends, the stock, bond and shares by a company to institutional investors and some selected individuals rather than on the open market. So private placement means when a company raises the capital by selling the securities directly to a select group of investors. So they are the institutions and the high net worth individual instead of the general public. So now you are clear what is the meaning of private placement. So next, so friends, what is the meaning of a CSR? So CSR is a business approach or model where companies integrate so the social and environmental concern into their operations. So CSR involves being accountable for a company's impact on stakeholders, communities and environment that covers areas such as eco-consciousness, ethical labor, diversity and community giving. CSR aims to benefit society beyond the legal obligations and profit by managing their impact on shareholders and the planet through the ethical practices, philanthropy and sustainability. So next, it's the corporate governance. What is, friends? So corporate governance is all about promoting the corporate FAT. So FAT matlab fairness, A stands for accountability and T stands for transparency. Or CG is concerned with the structure and processes of A, B, C, D of the top levels of the organization, I mean the company. So A stands for accountability, then B stands for that is the behavior, C stands for controlling and D stands for that is the decision making. Hence, the corporate governance refers to the framework of principles, policies and procedures which guides the management and oversight of a company. So friends, so these are all about today's discussion. I am hopeful that so you have enjoyed a lot. So friends, during the discussion, if any mismatch or gap you find, kindly give your valuable comment and suggestion in the comment section. So thanks a lot for watching this video content.